intro take 2 because I severely fucked up the first one. So as we are inching towards the grand finale, are you excited? I'm excited. Well, you saw the thumbnails, you know what is it about. Ideally, I think for next year I'm gonna try to have like a light green sweater, because red is not the theme of the day. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, as for this, so I was in my garage space yesterday and I didn't see a piece of brick behind me, as it's like a no man's land in there, and I tripped over it and fell backwards and sort of landed on my wrist. So just to be on the cautious side, like, it felt painful in the moment, but then it sort of stopped. But just to be on the cautious side, I'm having this little thingy until I feel completely secure with my wrist. Today's collaborators, Three of Pentacles, will be Yoshi Yoshitani's Tarot of the Divine, as it is a story-based character that I'm using for the spread layout. We have the Gogh Tarot. I got this off AliExpress, but if you want to pay premium, you can get it on Etsy. Oracle decks will be the Unknown Crisis cards, and these ones in this little bag. I do not have the box here with me, but I have a picture on my phone and I'm gonna show you. It's the Heal Yourself Oracle. So I'm gonna, oops, no, okay, like that. So I'm gonna put this here and zoom you guys in just a little bit. I'm trying to have yeah, it's gonna be complicated today. But yeah, here we go. See you in 2 seconds. Hello, air signs! We are going to explore the Grinch's expansion. The Grinch's heart expansion spread, cooked up by my lovely Gogh. Okay, air signs. Oof, what happened? Because right off the bat this jumped out, and it's, as you can see by the imagery, it's not the most positive card of the deck. Either you suffered financial losses, or there was a breakup and somebody left out in the cold with very, very small hope to hold on to. And as I was saying in another group, one match to light up and keep, and one spark of hope against the whole entirety of the winter outside is a very fucking small hope. So, ouch. For my air signs, this can be a loss of opportunity. Hopefully it's not a job loss. So, but there are good news on the horizon, on the front. So definitely hang on to that hope. I did say it's small, but sometimes okay, so to whoever watched the Mulan movie, the Disney animated Mulan movie, one scene that stuck to me from then to now is when the Emperor says that one grain of rice can shift the scales, the balance. So that one tiny match, that one tiny spark of hope can change situations if given proper fuel. So like one match can light a piece of paper, a piece of wood, hay, something. So give it something eventually, but you have the Six of Wands. So good news are on the way. Next one is Four of Swords. You need a bit of rest and recuperation, especially if you are an air sign that has been with me since the beginning of this process. You have been overworked, clocking in a lot of hours. Take charge, take control, be assertive, be strategic, stand your ground, make a plan, and just try to really assert your position, your viewpoint. If you are owed respect, claim it. You are in a position of authority, so whatever this is about, you are recognized as such. And my dog is barking, if you can hear it in the background. Hanged Man, taking another kind of taking time out, taking things from a different perspective, allowing, it's a small sacrifice, but it's a small price to pay to see things from a different light, so you can make a better decision moving forward. My dog is beefing against the pigeons. I think we have a pigeon on the roof of one of the buildings on property, and she absolutely hates those fuckers with a raging passion. And she's the only one who barks. The other ones are straight up waiting to tackle them, and I have pigeon carcasses every other day. Eight of Coins, work, 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 putting in the work, being patient, resilient, mastering your craft, reaching the next level in your work space, field, department. Oh, and that is the Devil. Be cautious of excess work, overtime, things that are draining your energy, your resources, things that can put you in a vulnerable position, especially under the influence of whatever. So watch your drinks, watch your spending, your subscriptions. Just be cautious out there. The World, oh crikey fuck, something, ouch. Okay, so the Lovers is soulmate level energy, or definitely higher level relationship that was brought to an end with the World. And on one hand it's sad, but maybe you needed that to learn a lesson or integrate something higher level for your soul. And now we have the Four of Wands, so you definitely had a potential of growing a home with this person, this soulmate. It was a significantly important relationship in your life, but sadly it reached an end. Four of Coins, but you're still holding on to the memory of that. Something for air signs. And the Lovers again. If we go back to that first spark, the little match girl, maybe you want to, well, if you can, oh, my cat is here now, Jesus. Oh, oh, hello. Mitsu. Mitsu. Ide. Hello. Give it. Mitsu, don't. Chair. Don't move. So, as I was saying, going back to that little, the girl with the matches. If you want to hang on to that tiny, tiny spark of hope, your free will exists for a reason, you can, but you will need to have a practical approach to how you handle that fire and how you invest that fire into something meaningful meet Mitsu, that can eventually bring back this lover's energy into your into your life. You get the bonus Mitsu. You know that, eh? Spoiled little brat. Now come here, Mitsu, get right there. And of course I have full of paws now. Okay, so Mitsu, stay nice and there. Nice and put, please. Oh, we have the Emperor again as I caught, and Justice. So either give justice or receive justice, or come from, so if you make a decision and act upon it, come from an honest and just space. Knight of Cups, maybe open your heart a little if you make that decision. And this time I'm gonna ignore my dogs because all they do is wreck my working space. If you allow a bit of heart space to guide you, good fortune will bless you. Mitsu, get back here. I need my table. Hi. And now please let me work. He had actual chicken bones this morning, so he's a bit excited and a bit very lovey-dovey. We had fried chicken with my dad as the main meal of the day, and my dad usually eats like once in the morning. So obviously the dogs and the cat had the remaining bones and bits, and now he's extra clingy. Are you extra clingy? Clingy wingy. Oi, walking away, stressy, and we have your first card again. High Priestess, I claim that card. 10 of Coins, and Knight of, King of Cups, sorry. So, the too small heart. In what area of your life is your heart currently two sizes, too small, small. Walking away from emotional investment, and the Queen of Swords. Ooh. So you walked away from someone that was clever, witty, intelligent, but perhaps a bit cold, with her boundaries way the fuck up because she was hurt in the past. And no. And because you have walked away from this energy, you feel your heart is now cold and two sizes too small. Or I'm trying to spin this as you being in the energy of the Queen of Swords. So did you have to walk away from being too cold, too strategic, your boundaries being too far up, like competing with the walls of China, the Great Walls of China? Let's see what we have. Oh, something flipped. I saw you flip. Don't hide from me. Okay, you know what? We're gonna not Mitsu. Stay put. And where is the card? Ah, there it was. There you are. Four of Cups. No shit. You are dissatisfied, bored. Nothing is satisfactory to your liking. And you're holding on, but things are hidden. I don't know how I want to place these. So on one hand, it's interesting, we have 2 4s, which is normally stability and shit. But in this case, it's dissatisfaction, because you're not satisfied with what you have. Something is still hidden, but you're still holding on. Are you secretly holding on to that hope? To that little spark? That could be an option. And hopes and sparks can light fire. You just need to see how you can utilize that one little spark to grow it into a fire. The joy you are stealing, what are you withholding from yourself? Joy, play, vulnerability, or connection. Well, being in a Nine of Swords, you already are, how should I say this? Withholding clarity of mind that can bring you happiness. Yeah. With the Sun card, hello. Because you are in such an anxious state, you are literally blocking yourself from the sun, from being fulfilled. The first Four of Cups is now on crack cocaine in this position with this card combination. Not only are you dissatisfied, you are now cheating yourself out of pure blissful happiness because you are stressed and worried and focusing on whatever is causing you that level of anxiety and stress that is potentially affecting your night time. So anything else here, please, for my air signs? Here I'm gonna take those ones, they sort of fell out first. You need to bring back justice, especially after a Tower moment, to bring back balance in whatever situation is causing you that level of stress and anxiety. And you can hold on, you need to hold on, but don't do it in the excess, because now you have a double nine, which is a single energy and like the single knight guarding the fort, hoping for rescue and like a change of shift. Maybe you need to leave that stuff, that guardedness behind, and start completely anew with the Fool card. Again, influenced by the Justice. And whatever you are guarding, let the Tower dismantle it, break it down, and start anew, fresh, clean, but fair and just. And so that you will not have to hold on to past memories, linger in dissatisfaction, but you can build anew, start anew, and reach that space of the Sun card where you can be just happy and light and fulfilled and blissful. Your Mount Crumpit, where you are isolating yourself or pushing others away out of fear of resentment, and my cat is being a little pest here. Five of Coins, which was your first card that flipped out, and the Ace of Swords. So you are not allowing truth and clarity to come across or be seen, or you need to rather allow this this clarity, this honesty, and this communication to come through to pull you out of that Five of Coins energy, because you are isolating yourself alone in that little. Is it gonna fall? You see how she's like literally in a quarter of a wall, or like that little wall in that arch thingy, so it's not even a full wall, and she can it's barely cutting the wind, so it still has that threat against that little spark of hope that she has. You are isolating yourself and pushing others, but you need to cut the... And you see how we have that web of cords and shit? You need to not be so defensive and cut the bullshit, or cut the web of lies, and allow that spark of fire to grow, that little spark, that little match, to feed it, to allow it to grow into something that can get you back on track. But at the moment you are very defensive, and you are afraid that perhaps the truth and the clarity will play against you and isolate you even further, or block you out even more, or just put you even more out in the cold, rejected from the light of whatever the church is holding inside. Let me see. Page of Cups, communication, communicate, and something flipped. I saw it. That was it. You know, maybe that was it. Yeah. So you want to communicate a small love offer, and maybe you are taking your time to work out the finer details, to mature the small babble to something more coherent, cohesive, more grounded, more reliable, more solid. So there's a sense of patience in maybe how you want to work out this apology, this communication, this small offer, this something that on one hand does come from the heart, but that is very small, minute, and almost potentially immature. So you are taking your time to work out all the details to give it more weight and more impact, potentially more groundedness, more something that can wield in reliable results, and not just thoughts and wishes or thoughts and prayers sort of energy. The Cindy Lou Who moment. What soft and innocent energy, person feeling memory, is trying to reach your guarded heart? I would say me. Like I did with earth signs, or I don't know which sign I just prior. I am claiming the High Priestess as a tarot reader. 2 of Wands. So in the past you were confronted with having to make a choice. You were at a crossroads. You may have listened to intuition or be guided by one of my tarot reads, and this is trying to reach your guarded heart. That when you are at a crossroad, let your intuition, your own emotional cache or cookies or whatever that stuff, like, you know, the accumulated background knowledge, let that stuff guide you either way, so that you can make a decision that is the least harmful or more positively impactful if you decide to go on that road. That was fast. 7 of Wands and Temperance. So you do have the upper hand, even if you are still a little defensive about it. And you need to find balance and healing so that you can make the appropriate choice. But don't be too defensive too. If you need to put yourself out there to like have a clear perspective on things, to allow a deeper trust of your intuition, is a good thing. But don't be so defensive whereas you literally shut yourself in and are pushing back anything outside of your own capabilities or resources. The Sleigh about to crash. What old grievance or bitterness is at risk of destroying something beautiful if you don't release it? 10 of Coins, legacy, family, children, which normally is a good thing. Ooh, okay, so you had an opportunity of building this with a soulmate, with somebody who loved you as much as you loved them. But I'm guessing things didn't work out as you wished, as you hoped, because now we are in old grievance or bitterness that is at the risk of destroying something beautiful. You need to release this, and it might be hard. And if I go back to that little girl match, and if you want to revive this specific spark, you need to let's say version 1 of this situation, let it go, build on you, but this time in a more balanced, tempered, healed way, so that you have a stronger foundations. There's a song I really love. It's by Cimeris, Kiss Me Like a Lie, and one of the lyrics is let all the endings, or forget all the endings, let the fire misbehave. So yeah, forget all the endings, let the fire misbehave. In your case, the fire is that tiny little spark of hope that you can harness into a bigger fire if you communicate truthfully, honestly, justly, to bring back communication that can be grounded, so that you are letting go the grievance of the first try not working out as you could have wished or hoped for, but in version 2 it has a potential of working out. So something for my air signs. Need to know, not the cards. Two of Swords, and I see something beneath, Knight of Swords. So you need to put a little more a little more pep in your step. Be a little bit more swift with making that decision, but also. Okay, so I have no idea how much I yapped in the void, and when my cat like disrupted the whole process. So I'm gonna rewind to what I remember. Put a pep in your step as you proceed forward, making that decision. Be a little bit more hasty, a bit more speedy, but do not let the abrasive, inconsiderate, just rushing into action energy get the best of you in communication, especially, so that you are not speaking things that you may regret in the future. You want to avoid another tower. Maybe let the energy of the Knight of Pentacles guide you in nurturing that spark, that hope, that little fire, that lit match, so that you can protect it until you find something that can take fire to help that hope, that spark, that fire grow a little stronger. And with that you can carry that flame, that torch, to help you clearly see the decision that you want to make, and maybe allow a bit of emotionality to reach your heart in helping you making that decision. The final card or position is the heart that grew 3 sizes. That's my dog, ignore them. How can you allow your heart to expand this season, and what gift of love will you receive when you do? So what you allow, you need to allow your heart space to have a space to be recognized, and don't guard your emotions the way this dragon is guarding that pearl. Emotions are sacred, but they're also very much abundant. It's not a finite resource that you need to guard like the most rare thing in the universe. And you may need to juggle something, and again a 2, so you have 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands somewhere. Didn't we see that? 2 of Cups. You have a lot of 2, so a lot of balance on the table. And by balancing the amount of emotion you allow yourself to feel, to give out, to share with others, that will maybe lighten the weight of one of the pentacles. I'm noticing how the child is a little lighter than the bear, so she can lift the child a little closer to to her face. Emotions are not inherently a bad thing. If used in appropriate measure, they can help you, guide you on the right path without having to be defensive. They can help you heal. They can help you communicate. And you just need to literally find the right measure and not see them as something so rare and so precious that you need to be stingy and fight to guard like a dragon is guarding that pearl over there. So something for my air signs. Oi. Oh, you got 4. 8 of Swords, Knight of Cups, which now we have 3 knights on the table, and the Knight of Cups comes from a heart space. So now you have the intellectual side, the practical side, and the emotional side in how to fuel that spark and make of that spark a torch that you can carry to, first and foremost, give it more weight, more power, to utilize it to grow more fire, to warm yourself up. And now do we have pages? Page of Cups and Page of Pentacles, coming from the heart, but with a practical approach in how to nurture and guide and grow the possibility and the capabilities of communicating what you feel. And with that we have, even though you are a bit stressed and worried and anxious, but it's very much a self-imposed prison at this point with the 8 of Swords, because you can step out of it with the guidance of so many energies on top of your own intuition and your own emotional center, with the King of Cups under here, and with the 9 of Pentacles. Even if you are on your own, you can grow this 9 into a 10, and then more and more and more. So it's not as dire as some situations may seem energetically. You just need to literally weigh in the contributions of all of these energies and synergize their strengths to work for you and not against you. If you need more in-depth research with let's say the Page of Swords, do Google or ask your favorite AI what this tarot card mean, and specifically how you can utilize it in your practical day-to-day life. See how it feels, how it resonates with you. If it does, take the advice. If it doesn't, discard, find another source, and literally just see what works for you, for the desired outcome, desired result that you want to implement into your life going forward. So air signs, I'm not gonna use the oracle since I haven't used them for any other previous groups. I hope this was insightful, entertaining, helpful, and thank you again so very much for supporting my humble little channel. I do hope that this brings clarity and insight and help to you in your current circumstances, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Boom. Happy holidays. Although you will get a proper wish on the last day. Anyway, I'm rambling. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao.